Hello, my name is Hilde, this is Joop, and today we are boiled because it's 30 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. A lot! I have finished the rainbow shawl. Here it is. It's another Garter Abyss by Stephen West because I love the Garter Abyss shawl so much. I don't think I'll ever stop knitting Garter Abyss shawls. Well, no, I really should look into knitting a different shawl pattern for once, but I really love them. Like, look at the spiky bits. Isn't this amazing? I just love that so much. I have knit this following the pattern minus the I-cord bind off because if you've been here any amount of time, you know I detest making I-cords, and an I-cord bind off on a shawl this big is just the stuff of my nightmares. Like, seriously. I've not had actual nightmares about it, but matter of time, my dudes, matter of time. So yeah, I just did a regular cast off. It's a shawl. It's fine. So I followed the pattern for this, meaning it has this long edge, so to speak. Because what I often do is I do a pattern adjustment so it has more of these spikes. So let me get some more, like the spikes that are closer together. So it has more of these spikes. It just like has them all over, not just like one straight side and one spiky side, so to speak. So yeah, normally I do that, but I mean, I was not in the mood because I actually hate this yarn. I mean, it looks really pretty. The color fade is very pretty. If you see it up close, it's not nearly as nice. If you like see it right in front of you, you can like really see how the colors are like mingled together. But if you see it from a distance, it fades together really prettily, kind of like an actual rainbow out in the sky. So I feel like rainbows in the sky are often like very desaturated and not as bright as like normal painted, drawn, like art rainbows are. But that just might be me misremembering rainbows. It's been a while since I saw one. Yeah, so, but yeah, the pattern is great. I love the pattern and zero complaints about the pattern. Yeah, I also knit this on 3.75mm needles as the pattern asks for. But yeah, so zero complaints about the pattern. I did put in some of these little, I don't know how will they show up, rainbow sort of dotted details. It's actually a very thin, it's a lace weight strand of yarn with these chenille neps on them to give like a rainbow detailing, and that is also my hobby. That is Candy Pop. But yeah, so the the faded yarn is a Cotton Kings Sultan. It's 100% cotton. Its skein is 200 grams and it's 800 meters. Meaning that the skein was initially pretty much as big as my head. And I tore this open a little bit clumsily, but it is for 2.5mm to 3.5mm knitting needles and 3.5 to 4mm crochet hook. Yeah, so I knit this on a slightly bigger set of needles, circular needles, because I felt like a looser knit would be nicer, especially for the drape, and I still maintain that I was right when it came to that. But I just detest this. I'm not a huge fan of 100% cotton, and the issue is mostly because our water is very harsh, and I have the same issue with linen as well. Linens and cottons, I mean, when I wash them and I hang them out to dry, they become just like really hard and scratchy, and I think this is going to be a nightmare and a half to keep the points in properly. Because I will hang it up when it's wet, not soaking obviously, but when it's the same amount of wetness you would have when you block any garment. To put this, well, any knit item really, and to get the points back in after you wash it, you can either put it down and pin it again, which is a faff and a pain. What I like to do is I like to just put them on a drying rack and then just put clothespins on the points and have it hang down, and it works fine. I've done it with all my woolen garter shawls as well. So it works fine, it works great, it's not an issue, but I feel like this will become scratchy really quickly, and what I like to do is, our dryer is really good. If you put a dry item in and you set it on cold dry for like 20 minutes, it doesn't get damaged because there's no heat involved, but it does make it a bit softer. But I wonder if it would just take the points out again, so that's something I'm going to have to test. Also, this is cotton, so it will get like sweaty, and because I'm a very sweaty person, so this will get dirty and sweaty much sooner than a woolen scarf, because wool is awesome like that. But also 30 degrees, my dude, it's a heat wave practically. So I'm not wearing this out during the day in any case, but like I'm not wearing woolens out in the evening or after dark either, because that's still too hot. Anyway, I digress. I'm waffling. My voice is going because the air quality is terrible and I have asthma. So yeah, it's kind of like a double-edged for me, because on one side I really like how the color fade came out. I think it's really pretty colors, and it works really well with a garter bis shawl, I think. But on the other hand, I just really don't like the cotton. I mean, the only cotton I really like working with so far is the Hobie, is it called French cotton silk? It's cotton silk. In any case, if you put that in the website, then you will get it. And I know Hobie is not a great company to shop from, but sometimes Hobie is just the only place that has a specific kind of yarn I want. And Hobie is also not the first place I go to buy yarn, because like if it is commercial yarn, my first go-to will be Lang yarns, and otherwise I will get indie yarn from Wild Atlantic Yarns, the Wee Yarn Company, or Nuttederen. Those are like kind of my go-tos. Everybody has their go-tos, but yeah. So that was the project. I also have a reveal. My husband Bert helped me film it, and it was very hot that day as well, and as you can see from the lighting, it was also quite bleak. So I feel like that is a good representation of how I feel about the quality of this cotton. Also, I mean, this normally this is 20 euros for a skein. I got it for €9.70. I don't think I would have bought it if it was full price. But if it had been full price, I would have been so spitting mad. Now, the fact that it's not applied yarn was on me, because that's in the description, and I somehow missed that entirely. So that's on me, that's not on Hobie. But seriously, the quality is just so bad when you knit with it. Because the thing is, I think that most knitters and crocheters have held yarns double or even triple or more, like more strands together. But the thing is, when you have more strands together, they only come truly together nearest your needles. Whereas this is just 4 strands of lace weight yarn, like a single embroidery thread basically. And like, you know, the low quality embroidery thread that is just not as pleasant as a really nice one? That's kind of what it feels to knit with. So you get like these 4 strands that are just like sitting very closely together, pretending to be a properly plied strand, as where the 4 would have been plied together, so you'd have 1 strand that hopefully isn't splitty, because that's a thing in itself. But this was a nightmare. This was just not fun to work with at all. I had to undo so many stitches because I only got like 1 or 2 or 3 out of the 4. But yeah, the only upside of this is because I had some purple left, but I stopped here because there was no way I could have done a whole extra row and the cast off. So I have like this big a skein left, I would say, like a tiny ball. And the only advantage is that I was able to put that aside, and I will give it to my friend Jess, who I'm going to share the shawl with. But yeah, I put it aside for my friend Jess, who likes to embroider, because she can just cut it up and use it as embroidery thread, because it is a very nice color, lilac purple. I do feel kind of bad on one hand because it's just not great cotton, but maybe I'm just like really picky. I have very sensitive skin, so maybe this is not as bad as it is to me and I'm just like overreacting. But would I recommend this yarn? 100% no, I really wouldn't. Frankly, I feel like a dunce, because I was like, oh, €9.70, that's cheaper than having to buy 6 colors of cotton, like skein, like buying 6 skeins of cotton. That's gonna be more expensive. And I mean, I didn't even check. I might even have a couple of colors in my bag of cotton yarns anyway, but still, even if I only had to buy like 4 skeins of like really nice cotton, it would have still been more expensive. So I was like, oh well, that's a really good deal. But I did not enjoy the knitting process. I mean, I'm not usually a monogamous knitter, but I was for this because I just wanted it out of the way. And yeah, I do have a nice shawl though. And I'm sure I will get a lot of enjoyment out of this shawl. So yeah, there is that. It's not all bad. I know I'm nagging about it, but just like, I just really don't like the yarn. I'm gonna stop saying that now. You've all heard it. But yeah, so that's it. I mean, not every project is like a super fun experience. I mean, my previous garter abyss, my swamp witch shawl, if YouTube allows me, there will be a card somewhere up on screen, but there will be a description in the well, it will be a link in the description to that video. Wow, got there in the end. Brain is fried. Worse than usual because of crazy temperatures. Yeah, so that was very pleasant. That was a really nice experience, but that was like such lush yarns. But yeah, so can't be all great, but I mean, at least I got a project that I like color-wise. And hopefully that won't turn super scratchy. If you hear like a loud zooming, that is the house ventilation system. We cranked it up to the max because it actually keeps the air, well, it keeps the temperature down a little bit, and we don't have air conditioning throughout the entire house. And I'm in my studio, and I did not want to die because I still have that lamp on. I mean, I didn't put proper makeup on. I only got lipstick on because there are limits, but I still have the lamp on. The big studio light, because the sun is setting, because it's nearly 10 o'clock, which means that I'm going to stop filming and I'm going to go outside and sit on my patio and wait for the bats to come out and try and film them, and hopefully I will succeed. If I do, there will be bats. If I didn't, there will be cats. At least you get a cute animal, right? So yeah, let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of this slight rainbow disaster. Oh my god, I saw a bat. Oh, I need to go. Of this cute rainbow disaster. Yeah, what is your favorite summer project? How do you feel about cotton yarn? Have you knit with this Cotton Kings Sultan yourself? And what was your experience? Or just leave a comment. If you do leave a comment, please be kind. Subscribe if you want to stick around for more knitting and sometimes journaling. I get to say this because my last video, my previous video, was a journal flip through. Shenanigans, nonsense, chaos. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so YouTube hopefully actually tells you when I've uploaded a new video. And that's it. I have no idea what I'm doing anymore because my brain is boiled. And yeah, that's it for today. Hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.